What we are about to present to you is an incomplete depiction of the history of earned value management. We are introducing to you a timeline that is intended to stir your memory and to engage you, while assisting us in identifying the key milestones, the significant events, and the people and organizations that have coalesced over the years into what has today become known as integrated program management. Earned value is an industrial engineering methodology that migrated from measuring recurring work to measuring non-recurring work. Its history traces back before its official birth in 1967 to 1956.
So my father, retired Lieutenant General Hans H. Driesnack, was very much involved in the creation of earned value early on in the process. And he'd always would say that earned value came off the factory floor. Okay, so in fact, I have with me his Industrial Engineering Handbook. In fact, this book, written in 1956, has in it a table here, actually, that says, actual hours, the standard hours, which would be the plan, and the earned hours. And so it's just like the Format 1 that we have today, and it talks about that's all for the efficiency report. Okay, and the efficiency report goes through, gives an example of a guy working on the factory floor. The standard was for him to do so much performance in 5 hours. He gets it done in 4.2 hours. So he's earned 119% efficiency, what we would call today the CPI. His cost performance index was 1.19, kind of thing. Pretty interesting. So that's 1956. The weapons acquisition process book came out from Harvard. This was a Harvard study that was done by Professor Peck in Scherer, his PhD student. And this book basically runs through all the problems that are going on in the defense industry. It goes through 12 programs, a lot of performance problems. They're all overrunning and everything else. So there's a lot of historians that will say, this book and another book that came out by Scherer in 1964 really pushed the whole issue that we need to do better, performance measurement, in essence, down that line.
In the 1960s, Whitey Driesnack began to formulate some basic concepts, what became known later as performance management techniques. He coalesced these into 35 essential guidelines that could be used to help manage projects. These were meant to be as guidelines only, not prescriptive, and not how companies would manage projects or what tools they would use or what specific practices they would use. He gathered these into what he called the 35 criteria, and he began briefing these to the Department of Defense. They were very interested.
So you can see the criteria kind of thought process coming into the process.